Hey friends and fans of Bob's Barn Workshop. Well, we're back from our 10-day vacation in Florida where I did a lot of gigs. Had fun playing for a lot of fun people. Bright and sunny down there. Hot. But we're back in the workshop today. I got something to do. More shelves for those cabinets. What are we doing? Oh, I got to show you something cool that I did years ago. My door opener has a key. So that's pretty handy. And you might think, well, why don't you just pull that switch out and short the wires? Well, what I did is I connected strong wires onto the switch and ran them back into the wall a ways. And then I just twisted the wires together with tape. So if somebody pulls on this, the wires will break off deep inside the wall. So it's not easy to break into. I'm trying to get smart in my old age. So, I still have my panels glued up that I did last time, my shelving. I just edge banded the shelves for the lake cabinets. So, I've got 1, 2, 3. I had to build this one, remember. I ran out of wide plywood. So that's made out of narrow planks. We'll just run that. Maybe we'll do it for fun. We'll run it through that big deep sander. 4 or 5 narrow shelves, 1 big one. That's all I need. Alright, well we're going to get this stuff around so that we can cut these guys to perfect size, and then I'm going to cut some of this 1/2-inch plywood to make the drawer boxes because I want to get this stuff all done up this week. Alright, I want to show you one of the nicest tools I have in my shop. Now it's a real pain in the ass because the belt I just changed, the sanding belt, you have to put it in little spring clips at the end and you have to cut them to this shape. So all you need to do is use the old one that you took off and trace it onto the one that you took off, and you'll see the burned up one on the floor here. It has a belt on the bottom that is sandpaper. This rotates, well, so I'll show you with the door open. It counter rotates, and then you turn on your drive here to drive your wood through. Now this actually has a current, boy is that dusty. It has a current limiting device in here that if that produces too much drag, you're taking too much at a time, it'll actually slow down. So, I'm going to turn that guy off. We're going to set you up and we're going to run a couple pieces. Of course this is going to be a little awkward because the way the dust collector goes across here, but I think I can just reach over here and grab the small boards. There shouldn't be any problem. So what I'm going to do, this is the one I'm mainly interested in, the one that's made up of compound pieces. Yeah, that's... Okay, made a little contact there. So, on goes the dust collector. On goes the transport. And nothing. Cool, huh? Now it's not a finished sander because it rotates in a linear fashion, so it leaves streaks. But it's like a sanding planer. It'll flatten large surfaces. And you can do 44 inches because that's 22. Okay? And now that I got them all sanded to the right thickness and the edge band on the other ones are perfect, we will just fine sand these with 220. Bottom, and once I cut them to shape, I'll go around the edges with my 1/8 inch round over, give them a nice soft edge. So I got the other plywood shelves to do, but I'll come back and we're going to cut them to size. Friends, this is Bob's Barn Workshop. I already got one coat on both sides of my shelves of polyurethane done. You know, of course, they were sanded and I tack clothed them off. I have a tack rag here. But what I wanted to show you is here was my dilemma. I want to put 3 coats of polyurethane on both sides. Well, normally I would do one side, let it dry, flip it over, do the other side. I thought, how am I going to make that faster? So as you can see, I've laid out some scrap 3/4 inch pine here, and I've screwed screws into the edges end grain, which, see, now you can only use this on stuff where you're not going to see the ends, and put 2 screws. So what I do is I do one side, I grab it by opposing screws, pick it up, flip it over, set it back down. I haven't touched any polyurethane. I've got both sides ready. So that's just a hint. I think it's a pretty cool trick. It was harder with the big one. I've got the big one over here. But again, I had to put one near the edge here so that didn't hit. But that's it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to sand these with a sanding foam pad, a very fine foam pad, if I can find it here. And they'll be smooth and smooth, because the first coat just raises the grain, kind of like the sanding sealer. And I'll hit that with I've got a 250 grit, I believe, Norton foam pads that I used to do this. Yeah, here's the foam pad. It's well used, but that's all you need. You can feel it's a little gritty. If you take this, it's just as smooth as satin again. So I'm going to do this on all of them and tack cloth them off and put another coat. This one's got some really interesting grain in it. I don't know which way I'm going to set this shelf. But if you do this light sanding between each coat, by the time you put your 3rd coat on, it'll come out just like glass. I like to keep those edges softened. Doesn't look like it's doing much, but it does a lot. Alright guys, let's finish this up. Well, there you go. We've got the 2nd coat on both sides of the door of the shelves by using the screws and the blocks of wood to hold them up. This afternoon I'll put my last coat on and we'll be ready to load them in the car tomorrow afternoon to go to the lake and install them. I've got to go to Home Depot still and get the metal clips, you know, that go on the side that stick into the holes in the cabinet and the shelf rests on them. And I like to get the metal ones. So that's all I got left to do. All right, one more coat. All right, guys and gals, I am in the middle putting on the third and last coat on both sides. And I just wanted to give you a hint. Block, if you're going to use this technique where you flip them, block your wood up high enough. Because some of these were still sticky on the underside after sitting all afternoon. So open up the spaces, keep them high. I added another 3/4 of an inch. Of course, these are going to sit all night and not be packed up till tomorrow afternoon, so they should have plenty of time to dry. What I'll do is I'll come out in the morning, because I have to mow the lawn before we go away for the weekend, and I'll flip them. So we'll be good to go. This is just the bottom of this one's lower cabinet, which you'll never see. All right, so I just want to let you know that. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this episode, fans. I've got all the coats on these shelves, and as I said earlier, I blocked them up higher so they'll dry out better underneath. I'm going to push them a little bit farther apart here. Make sure the air circulates under them better. Get them to dry. At least they're going to dry overnight, so they'll be fine tomorrow. As I said, I'll check them in the morning. I got to mow the lawn first too, so I'll be back. All right, guys and gals, peace and love, and get your vaccine. It's the only way we're going to kill this thing. I'm as conservative as you can get, but I'm not falling, into the realm that I'm not going to get my vaccine because somebody might think I'm conservative. I don't care. They know I'm conservative. All right, guys, we'll see you later. God bless. Take care. Okay. There's just one step left in this project, and that is to remove all of the screws, which isn't difficult. The shelves look beautiful. I'm just going to lay this out. Like so. Let me show you guys. Got an eyeball on what's happening here. Okay. Alright. I just got the Torx driver here that fits these screws. Of course, these screws are perfectly fine. We'll just reuse them on a construction. I can do that. I'll take the one that has more in it and take a brush. My 3 cleats are right over here, which I sanded. I already sanded these guys, and I marked the back side that I want to put against the wall with an X. Try to keep the pretty side out. Now these are designed so this one's going to go. This will be the back. This is going to go against the back of the cabinet first. And why is that much longer? Did I do something stupid? Yes, I did something stupid. This guy's got to be cut off. I'm going to cut him right now. Let me mark him. He should only be the length of the shelf. Right. So I'll just go into here, mark him, go over to the chop saw. Alright, mistake fixed. So this is designed anyway to fit across the back of the cabinets, and then these ones will butt to it when I hang them. They're slightly short on the front, but that's fine. And that's all going to fit together. But I think what I need to do is I have to hang the back one first. I'll have to set the shelf in it, push it up, have the wife or somebody hold it up while I put the cleats on, because this will not fit into the cabinet. I'm going to have to lift it, one end of it up, and put it in there cockeyed. Maybe I can get it up on top of the shelf. I don't know. It does have 1 3/4 at each end. Alrighty. Not an issue. Okay, I'm just going to put these in the car. That's it, guys. You want to see it go in at the lake? We can do that. Alright, fans. Now we are at the lake camp. And with the advice and help of my wife, we're deciding on where we're going to install these shelves. Now, we're just using the typical little angled shelf brackets that you put in a 1/4-inch drill hole. Now I found that after I finished this, the holes were plugged up with finish, so I've had to ream every hole with a 1/4-inch bit. You know, typical me. Shelves look great. The cabinets look great. We got the center one in the stove so we can put our taller cereal boxes and stuff on the top, spices on the bottom. Of course, they're adjustable if we need to. So this is the second cabinet going together. Let me back up. I'm a little too close. And you can see the beauty of the cabinets. We got the knobs on. We got the knobs on the matching knobs made by April Thompson. Okay, not made by April Thompson.
The sign was made by
Oh, okay. Never mind. Anyway, we put the painted knobs on the bar. I may make tongue and groove doors for these. Not sure. But we've got one more cabinet up here to do, then I got to do the base. All right, well, we've got these ones in, as I showed. Now I'm putting these in. Of course, I always measure everything too tight, so I had to take these out to the little workshop saw out there and nip a little off the back edge because it was about a 1/16 too tight. And I forgot that the inside of this cabinet was 3/4 of an inch thinner because of the 3/4 pine on the outside end. So the interior is a little smaller, but the exterior is the same size, so it matches. So let's see if this fits. Get over to my expert camera woman here. Now I think I need to lift this up in. Oh, I could have done it. Now it's the dang hinges. Alright, that's alright. I can't kneel on that one knee. How many is it down? It's 2 down. Alright, so it's that one. And that one. There we go. Perfect. Alright guys, one step closer. Mom.
Tell you